Hello. This video compiles all 46 Steam achievements of the game, The Dream Machine, into a single video to streamline the content on this channel. If there are no timestamps in the description, please check the pinned comment for the timestamps. The Dream Machine is about exploring the dreams of various characters, uncovering their secrets, and solving puzzles in a visually captivating world created from everyday materials. The game's narrative revolves around themes of voyeurism, surrealism, and the subconscious mind, offering a unique and immersive gaming experience. Island life. Escape the island. This is a story achievement, and to get it, pick up the fishing rod and place it on the forked branch. Pick up the shovel and use it on the ground to dig up a worm. Pick up the worm and place it on the fishing rod as bait for the fish. Move the middle rock to find a lighter and pick it up. Pick up the 3 pieces of dry wood and place it in the fireplace. Pick up the fishing rod when the bobble shakes to get a fish. Place the fish on the fire spit and alight the fireplace. Eat the fish and find a piece of paper. Examine the paper and then dig the ground with a shovel. Alicia's dream. Listen to your wife's dream. This isn't story achievement, and to get it, we need to interact to the character's wife in the kitchen, then pick up an empty box in near the living rooms. Then enter the living room and place the empty box in the corner of the room. Sit down at the box, and go through the conversation. After the conversation, interact with the wife and ask about her dream. The new house. Explore the estate. This is a story achievement, and to get it, first off, we need a phone, and it is located in the nursery in a box. Then move a box in the hallway and plug the phone to the socket. Pick up the mail on the doormat and examine it. Examine the piece of paper from the mail to get a phone number. And examine the mail a second time to get your address. Use the phone to call the phone number and ask about the caretaker, Mr. Morton. Call Mr. Morton with the new phone number and then wait. After finishing interacting with Mr. Morton, exit the flat. Too late for that. Try to escape your fate. This isn't a story achievement, and to get it, we need to get to the lobby, which is on the first floor, by using the elevator. But the elevator is jammed, and to unjam it we need to go to the bathroom's flat to pick up baby oil. Then use the baby oil on the elevator to unjam it. Go to the lobby and interact with the mover. After finishing interacting with the mover, move out of the room and re-enter. Pick up the hanger on the couch, go back to the flat. Use the hanger on Victor's wife to get the achievement. Electrical engineer, solve the floorboard puzzle. This is a story achievement, and to get it, we need a crowbar, and the item can be acquired from the mover, just in the previous clip, too late for that. Then we need to be in the flat's bedroom and use the crowbar on the floor. And then examine the hole to find the puzzle. Solve it to get the achievement. After the fuse overloaded, replace it with the key. And Chapter 1 complete the first chapter. This is a story achievement, and to get it, we need to go to first floor, after the discovery of the surveillance camera. Then look into Morton's office through the window, where we will spot a key. Use the paper from the mail on the key to pull it towards Victor. Then use the key on the door to unlock and enter it for the achievement. Naughty, naughty, solve the gramophone puzzle prematurely. This isn't a story achievement, and to get it, we need to interact with the gramophone handle, and turn the handle 6 clockwise, 1 counterclockwise, 3 clockwise. Mind blown, enter your first dream. This is a story achievement, and to get it, we need to solve a puzzle to enter the lab and enter Mr. Norton's dream. The puzzle can be found in the back room, and we need 5 books to complete it. At the bottom of the right bookcase, there is a black book with red accents that you can pick up. Pick it up, go to the office, and you'll find a similar looking book in the bookcase there. Then return to the back room, and examine the top shelf of the left bookcase, which has 3 similar-looking books. Pick them all up. As you can guess from the buttons on the shelf, you need to arrange the 5 journals in order to proceed. Each of the journals is labeled as either sun, moon, wave, part, or star. The entries in the books describe Mr. Morton's dreams, which, as Victor points out, are oddly repetitive. You might notice, however, that all the dreams contain the same motifs of sun, moon, waves, heart, or star, in varying orders. Go back to the office, and from the desk to the right, pick up the piece of paper, stamp, and ink pad. Use the stamp on the ink pad, and then press it on the piece of paper. Examine the paper, and you'll get a date. The date changes with every playthrough. As the elevator here implies, this is the basement of the apartment building, the one that you couldn't enter without a key. Go to the machine room to the right. Once Mr. Morton is knocked out, pick up the left and right devices, located on the wall, next to the blue diagram. Place the sender device on Mr. Morton, and the receiver device on Victor. 1 down, kill Mr. Morton's tentacle. This is a story achievement, and to get it, we need to solve the statue puzzles and find our way through the maze to find Mr. Norton and chop off a tentacle. Enter the portal to the right to find the first statue. Ignore it for now and go through the rightmost portal. Ignore this statue too, and go through the leftmost portal. Examine the skull cavity on top of the statue in this room. Pick up the hammer, glasses and anvil. You're now set to fix all the statues. In the same room as the statue with the skull cavity, open the hatch on the statue's right cheek. Inside, there is one strum rod that is bent. Examine it, then pick it up. Place the anvil on the ground, then the strum rod on the anvil. Use the hammer on the strum rod to beat it into shape. Pick up the straight rod and the anvil. Examine the hatch again, and place the straight rod in its place. Leave the hatch and talk to the statue. Once you're done, go through the leftmost portal to find a statue with rounder cheeks. Pick up the stirrup lying on the ground, and then examine the statue's ear. Pick up the rocks inside the ear. Put the stirrup, anvil and hammer inside the ear. Talk to the statue. When you're done, go through the middle portal, back to the first statue you encountered. You'll find a small hatch on the statue's right cheek. Open it and examine what's inside. Place the rocks from your inventory on the plates so as to resemble the diagram above. In short, just place the rocks on all the outer plates, leaving the single inner plate alone. The statue wakes up but can barely see you. Examine the glasses in your inventory. Remove each of the lenses from the glasses and then place the lenses on the statue's eyes. You may have guessed by now who the statues represent. To find Mr. Morton, you will have to work your way through the 3 generations of the Morton family in descending order. You are already at the eldest Morton, so go through the middle portal to find Morton's grandfather. Then go through the leftmost portal to find Morton's mother. Finally, go through the rightmost portal to find the man of the hour. Pick up the axe and use it on the tentacle. Talk to Mr. Morton. I have a feeling I'm being watched. Access Mr. Morton's secret room. This is a story achievement, and to get it, we need to enter the surveillance room. Now that you're out of the dream, take off the sender and receiver devices. Use the ink pad on Mr. Morton, then use the paper on him to get his palm print. Leave the machine room and use the palm print on the palm print reader. Enter the surveillance room. End chapter 2. Complete the second chapter. This is a story achievement, and to get it, we need to get back to Victor's flat and enter Alicia's dream. Examine the TV screens. Pick up the remote and keep switching channels on one of the TVs until you see Alicia. You now need to get to Alicia, but to do that, you'll need to find a way out of the basement. Examine the trash can to the left to find a piece of paper. This is the code to open the safe, but it's in cryptic rectangles. The rectangles correspond to the black areas on the camera footage you can see on the TV screens. The safe code changes per playthrough. Use the remote on the TV screens to switch the channels to match the code on your paper. This will reveal the 6-digit code you need to use on the safe. Once the safe is unlocked, open it and pick up the master key. Leave the surveillance room, and use the master key to call the elevator. It's time to go back to your apartment. Once you're in your apartment, repeat the same procedure as with Mr. Morton. Place the sender device on Alicia and the receiver device on Victor. This will send you into Alicia's dream. To get to the achievements parts, we first need to explore the place a bit. The area you appear in when you enter the dream is the sun deck. Go to the bar from here. Talk to the bartender here, and then go up the flight of stairs to the deck 2 landing. Take another flight of stairs up to deck 3. Talk to the crew member here to receive your designation and badge. Use the badge on Victor and put it on right side up, so that it reads as 6. Menial Labour, complete the tasks. This achievement is of the progression type. This achievement triggered when I completed 2 tasks out of 3, and started the 3rd one. The captain's aide suggested you go around and help each of your crew members with whatever task they need help with. There are 3 crew members to help. Whatever order you want to do the tasks in doesn't matter. Head to deck 2 balcony. Talk to a crew member sitting on the bench, who then identifies himself as Victor 7, the ship's head servant. Task Victor 7 mentions he has a rat problem and gives you rat poison. He says there are 3 holes around the ship. At the right of the screen will be a rat hole. Use the rat poison on it. Head to your cabin 1. In there will be a rat hole. Use the rat poison on it and head outside. Head up to deck 3. Right of the bench is another rat hole. Put poison on it and task complete. Go to the deck 2 landing. Now head back to the balcony, then enter into cabin 3. Talk to the sleeping crew member and learn he's Victor 4, the chief busboy. Task Victor 4 is currently on break, and he wants you to bring the dishes to the kitchen. However, you don't have access to the kitchen. Pick up the dishes on the table and head out. There's a dumb waiter left of the bartender. Call for it, and once it comes, pick up the bowl. You'll need it for later. Then, put the dirty dishes on the dumbbell. Click the button again and make sure to send it to the kitchen. And now task complete. Now, head all the way down back to the bar and talk to the bartender. He'll then give you a recipe book. Task mix a decent martini. Didn't do it. I may have committed some light arson. Commit arson. This achievement is of the progression type. Head to deck 3 and get your assignment from the captain's aide. Anytime you want, you can go back to the captain's aide and report your findings, resulting in your rank being raised up. Head to deck 2 balcony to talk to the head servant. Make sure to ask him everything. To get the key to cabin 2 from him, he wants you to teach a little lesson to the head chief for bossing around his servants. Head up the stairs to the deck 2 landing. There will be an intercom. Use it. 1. First call the engineering department. Say you're from the kitchen. Say yes, then head back down to the bar to the dumbbell. Call for it, then pick up the gasoline. Use the gasoline on the bowl. This will be used soon. Go back to the intercom and use it again. 2. Call the kitchen and say you're calling from the restaurant and you've received a complaint. Say the soup was too cold. Walk down to the dumbwaiter and put the gasoline bowl into the dumbwaiter. Then click the button and send it to the kitchen. Head back to the head servant. On the way there, you'll hear the announcement on the PA speaker about there being a fire in the prep kitchen. Talk to the head servant to get his key to cabin 2. Blackmail is such an ugly word. Complete the blackmail letter. Talk to the chief busboy in cabin 3. You'll find that he requires proof of a conspiracy on board the ship. If you've completed the head servant's task, you'll have the key to cabin 2. Use the cabin 2 key on cabin 2. Then, enter cabin 2. Pick up the book on the table and examine it. Flip through the pages, you don't have to read them, and you'll find a surprise. Pick up the scalpel and the note underneath it. Examine the note. You have to move the movable letters around and attach them to the right place to form a coherent note. If you set the right letter in the right spot, the letter will be stuck there, so if it isn't, you need to move it elsewhere. The message you want the paper to say is, "Last warning, I know what you've done. I have proof. Give me what I want or face the consequences." Return to the busboy and show him the letter you found. Tend the tender, save the bartender from dying. Among the elite, get promoted to command. Among the elite, achievement is a progression type, but the achievement Tend the Tender is a challenge type. I've managed to get both of them done at the same time. So, for the Tend the Tender, we can't do the butler's task, which is making a Bloody Marita or something, since it will get him killed when he is summoned by the captain. But this also makes it harder to make progress, since we won't get the paper with radio frequencies required for a puzzle, but it can be brute forced. Go to the busboy to talk to him. Ask him about a missing radio. He'll tell you about the missing radio, but not without proof of a conspiracy. Give him the extortion note Victor 11 had put together before disappearing. Ask all there is about the radio. Find out it's hidden in a secret compartment under the sink. Head back to cabin 2. See a new crew member and talk to him to find out he's Victor 9. After talking with Victor 9, use the scalpel on your badge. Place the number back on and insert it as the number 9. Put the badge back on. Head to talk to any of the crew members while wearing the number 9 badge. Say anything threatening or vulgar, as long as you get them to say you've been reported. Head back to cabin 2 and notice Victor 9 gone. Head inside, look under the sink and receive the radio. Note, as you move forward with the radio section of the video, you may have different frequency numbers than what I have recorded in this video. Head to cabin 1 and use the radio. Turn it on and turn it to less than insert frequency greater than. Examine the plug in the side of your bedpost. Get a small piece of paper. Head out to deck 2 balcony, where the head servant is. Turn the frequency of the radio to less than insert frequency greater than. Examine the knob, get another piece of paper. For the last piece, head to the sun deck, the first area you came to. Turn the radio frequency to less than insert frequency greater than. Examine the pulley on the support pole. Get the last piece of paper. It's noticeable these 3 pieces of paper go over each other, however it's hard to see it properly. Go inside any of the cabins and look through the porthole in the door. This should be enough sunlight to see through the paper. Put the 3 notes on the porthole and properly place them together. Head outside and examine the mermaid. Notice that's where the red lines converge. Examine the head, then put your finger in its mouth. Something drops out. With this newfound evidence, confront the captain's aide and tell him of what you discovered. Use the intercom near the door and claim you know the captain is behind the disappearances. Open the door and enter the bridge. Talk to Alicia. Examine the fuse box in the background. Switch all the switches the opposite way. This should get you the lights. To trigger the Tend the Tender achievement, examine the body with a tentacle. Two down, kill Alicia's tentacle. This is a progression type achievement. Foremost, I managed to soft lock myself in the pit since I did not have all the necessary items to escape. Thankfully, the game autosaved right before meeting the captain and gives the chance of collecting the items. Go to the bar and collect a piece of lemon, a bottle of gin and a shaker, then proceed to the pit. Then pick up the bone from the ground. Use gasoline on the coal chute. This should give you rust and open it for you. Use the bone on the coal chute. Close the coal chute. Victor says nothing happened, however it broke the bone. Pick up the bone shards. Examine the rat poison box. The ingredients say you need ethanol, iron oxide, distilled petroleum, citric acid, and calcium. Mix gin, bone, rust, lemon and gasoline together into the shaker. If you mess up, dump it into the coal chute. Once you're done, Victor will mention how now the mixture is a makeshift rat poison. Interact with the living body. Use the makeshift rat poison on his mouth, which will poison the tentacle and trigger the achievement. And Chapter 3 complete the third chapter. This is a progression type achievement, and it triggers when we complete the chapter. Climb up rope, talk with Alicia, then go to Sun Deck where there is an exit for the dream. When exiting, the achievement is triggered. Dr. Sleep makes sleeping powder. This is a progression type achievement. Follow these steps to get this achievement faster. Take the receiver and sender devices off. Get out of the apartment and head towards to Mr. Morton's office by using the lift. Examine the gramophone, and turn the handle clockwise 6 times, then counterclockwise once, and then clockwise 3 times. The door opens up, and in you go. Pick up the notebook, middle of desk. Examine the notebook, then search for a page with a cut piece of journal with headlines, Sleep Clinic Forced into Foreclosure, and rip it out to reveal the recipe for the sleeping powder. According to the guide, the pedals required for the recipe change each playthrough. The flower petals can be found on the cactuses left and right of the room. Also, pick up the pills in the middle of the desk. Examine the keypad for the sealed door, right side of the room. Punch in this code 284691 to open the door. Enter the bathroom and pick up the second container of pills on a stool next to the tub. Go back to the greenhouse to retrieve the water faucet and a beaker. The water faucet is located on the left wall and activate and wait for it to loosen up. Retrieve the water faucet. The beaker is on the desk. Examine the desk to find it. Turn to the bathroom. Use the water faucet on the giant plant and activate the water faucet so it starts dripping. Use the beaker on the running faucet to collect sap. Now we go back to the greenhouse and interact with the ashtray, right end of the table, to receive a lighter. Examine the desk, and now we are cooking. Turn the gas valve below the desk, light up the burner. Place petals in the spoon. Hover the spoon with petals over the flame to dry. When it stops giving out white smoke, take it off the flame and retrieve the dry petals. Repeat the actions with second petals too. Now with the dried petals we need to grind them, also the pills. Pick up the pestle and place in the mortar the petals, and grind them. Then pick up the powdered form of petals. Repeat these actions with the other dried petals and both of the pills. Now you have all the ingredients, so put the powdered petals and the powdered pills into the beaker containing the sap. Once all the ingredients, if it is correctly made and after exiting the table, the achievement will be triggered. Party pooper, disrupt the tea party. This is a progression type achievement. Follow these steps to get this achievement faster. Go to Edie's apartment on the second floor. Ring the doorbell. After the interaction with Edie, enter the apartment and go to the kitchen. Pour the sleeping powder in the teapot. Pick up the pot on the stove and check if it is full of hot water. If it is empty, then turn on the faucet above the sink and fill up the pot. Once it has water in it, place it on the stove and make sure the stove is turned on. Wait for the water to boil. Pour the hot water from the pot into the teapot. Then enter the living room to take your seat by the table. Ask Edie for some tea, then invite them to drink the tea. After they collapse on the table, the achievement is triggered. I like to watch Be a Peeping Tom. This is a challenge type achievement. Follow these steps to get this achievement faster. Place the receiver device on Victor and place the sender device on Edie to enter her dream. Examine the wall with photos. Reorganize the photos so that the living room photo is on the right side of the kitchen photo. Then enter the kitchen and find a photo, a hallway, on the floor, pick it up. Back to the wall, we need to reorganize photos so that the living room is on the right side of the hallway and the kitchen is placed above the hallway. Then enter the kitchen, again by going through the hallway, which would brings us to the fridge. Pick up the ripped piece of a photo off the fridge and head back to the wall. Use the ripped piece of a photo on the kitchen photo to fill in the massive gap. Then head back to the kitchen, again, to find a portrait of a young man. Examine the portrait and take out the photo from the frame. Head back to the wall and place the photo with the young man on the hallway photo. Then go to the hallway to find a new photo, bedroom, on the wall. Back to the wall, place the photo of the bedroom, right of the kitchen. Go to the bedroom to find a photo of young Edie on the nightstand. Examine the portrait and take out the photo from the frame. Head back to the wall and reorganize the photos so that bedroom is on the left side of the living room. Then place the portrait photos of young Edie and young man on bedroom photo. Then exit and look through the window to trigger the achievement. The Teddy Bear's Lament. Listen to the Teddy Bear's song. This is a challenge type achievement. Follow these steps to get this achievement faster. Back to the wall, we need to reorganize the photos so that living room is on the left of the hallway, and above it must be the kitchen, and in on the kitchen photo place the young man and young Edie. Head to the kitchen and find a new photo, the bathroom, on the wall next to the fridge. Back to the wall, replace the kitchen with the bathroom. Go to the bathroom to meet the teddy. Tell the teddy that you are their owner and listen to their song. And don't interrupt the song. After the song is finished, the achievement is triggered. 3 down, kill Edie's tentacle. This is a progression type achievement. Follow these steps to get this achievement faster. Pick up the photo with the old woman. Examine the photo and take it out of the frame. Back to the wall, replace the bathroom with kitchen, and place the young man, young Edie and old woman on the bedroom photo. Head to the bedroom and find the new photo, the house. Back to the wall, reorganize the photos, so that the house is on the leftmost area and the living room on the rightmost area, and between them place the hallway. On the hallway photo, place the young man, young Edie and old woman. Then go to the hallway to interact with the door on the other side of the room. After opening the door and exiting the house, find and place a doorstop on the door. Then go to the backyard, so to interact with Edie. Then go to the hallway, so to interact with young Edie. Back to the wall, reorganize the photos, so that living room is on the right side of the house. And pick up all the portrait photos. Go to the backyard, and interact with Edie. Ask her to drop her knitting sack and place in it the photo of the old woman. Then tilt to reel in the sack and ask her to cut the photo with scissors. After the old woman falls into the void, the achievement is triggered. And Chapter 4, complete the 4th chapter. This is a progression type achievement. Follow these steps to get this achievement faster. Get back to the living room, and interact with the fuzzy part of the floor to exit the dream. The achievement is triggered when leaving the dream. Straight flush, flush every toilet. There are 3 in total. First one is in Neff's flat, second one in Edie's flat, third one is behind Morton's lab. You can flush them in any chapter in any order when they're accessible. Crank collar, harass your neighbor a lot. To get this achievement, you will need to follow these steps. Head to the building's entrance to find the mailboxes. Use the master key on M. Willard's mailbox to open it and find a letter. Open the letter and inspect the phone bill to find out his phone number. Then head to the surveillance room which has a phone. Use the telephone to call M. Willard and ask him to wait 4 times during one call. Angry neighbor, harass your neighbor a lot. To get this achievement, you will need to follow these steps. Head to the building's entrance to interact with the mailman and lie to him that you are Morton Felix. Then head back to the room with Morton's corpse and search it for a library card. Then open the book, which is in your inventory, and take the photo of Neff. After that, merge the photo of Neff with the library card. Then head back to the lobby and show the mailman your legit library card. After receiving the package, open it up to get a canister of pressurized gas. In the surveillance room, examine the strange machine and place in the empty socket the gas canister and pour the beaker with sleeping powder in the funnel. Then set the dial to 6. After setting up the sleeping contraption, call Mr. Willard and ask him to wait. Then press the red button with the label gas. Head then Mr. Willard's flat. To open it, use the master key. Interact with the radio and raise its volume. Attempt to leave the flat but get blocked by Selma. After being herded back to the flat, head to the elevator and press on the emergency button. After being scolded by Selma again, ring on her doorbell. Right after being scolded again, enter her flat to get her to snap. Big boy, make the witch's potion. Okay, we are now at the long and annoying achievements. This clip will have intersections with other achievements too. Follow these steps to get it and other extra steps which will be needed for other achievements. Get Selma to snap by going to the telephone or into the kitchen. Then back to the surveillance room and set the machine dial to 7. Then press the red button. Head to Mr. Willard and enter his dream. In his dream, go to the bottom of the screen, where an entrance will appear, go through it. Interact with the abyss and do as it says. After finishing the interaction with the abyss, wait for 2 symbols to appear next to you and memorize them or write it down on a paper. Back in the main room, head left and enter a new room with a telescope. Set the telescope to look at the symbol which appeared on the right side of Neff in the abyss room. Then go to the right room and do the same but with opposite directions. Then go forwards where the laser would intersect and press on the tile under both of the lasers. Back to the abyss room, pick up the prisms and place it on the raised block in the previous room. Examine and turn the block with the prism on, as the laser points towards the wall, which will open a door. Head inside and pick up the futuristic gun. Then back to the cube with the prism, rotate it as the laser points back to the main room. Upon entering, press on the highlighted tile and rotate the block, and don't forget to shrink yourself with the gun, to save your life. Wait out the danger. Unshrunk yourself and go in the right room where you will find a prism. Get on the platform where the prism is placed and shrink yourself and pick it up, so it can scale when you unshrunk yourself. Then to left room in normal size, place down the prism to act as bridge and pick up the prism on the other platform. Then head to right room again with the bridge prism and shrink yourself again on the platform and place it back. After that, in normal size, pick up the small bridge prism and head to the main room. Set the bridge prism in the front wall, where is a gap, and place the triangle prism on the block. Rotate the block, as the laser hits the rectangle prism, as the laser reflects into two directions. Go through the gap to the left and become normal sized. Then continue walking left until you find a staff. Get on the platform and make yourself small and pick up the staff. Head back to the main room and go through the gap to the right. Then use the staff on the laser, which will blind the eyes. After that, exit the dream. The exit is in the main room. Now, we need to enter Selma's dream. She is located next door. In the dream, head down the path to the left and you'll find a house. Pick up the lid next to the barrel, and to the house and examine the shelves to the far right to pick up bandages and pick up the yarn too. Bandage yourself, and head down the path to the left to the cage, then head left again to the shack. Then take a right and be stopped by the mob. After being spooked by the mob, use the bandage on a stain of blood. Interact with the mob again, and help them find their scout. Go left the road which is not blocked by the mob. Then take the right of road in the stream area. Then go past the pink house and find on the river edge a twig, pick it up. Starting from the stream, go left which will lead us to a mushroom house. Here we will start another achievement. The Pumpkin Prince, restore the Pumpkin Kingdom. With a twig from the river, interact with the pumpkin patch to declare as king. For this achievement we will need to get everything in the kingdom fixed, and we need to interact with them as we progress the story. By the way, the so-called Pumpkin Kingdom is a prank by the patch. Go back. Back to the lady we passed and tell that her party wants to find her. Then back to the mob, informed about the unfortunate situation about the lady she is in. Except to become part of the militia to gain access to rest of the map. At Pumpkin Patch, check for any changes. Back at the dilapidated shack, take a left and find a squirrel. Interact with it and ask it has it seen Selma anywhere, and it will tell you that the fairies most likely know. Now we need to set a trap for a fairy. For the trap we will need berries, a stick and yarn. We already have the stick and yarn. The berries can found by taking this route, starting from the mob. Take the route is blocked by them, then take a left, then right. In front of us are bushes with berries, pick some for the trap. Go check on the pumpkins again. Back to the cage we passed earlier in the dream. Place the berries in the cage, place the twig on the cage, and place the yarn on the cage too. With the yarn in hand, walk away from the cage as far as possible. Then go back to the shack, to progress the story, then back to the cage. Pull the yarn, so the fairy is trapped, interact with it. Confess to it and tickle it for info. Check the pumpkins again. Head to the castle ruins and examine a wall to find a hidden road to the left. Continue going left until we see a wall with TVs. Interact with Selma and with her to push TVs, set to create a possibility to cross dreams. Then head back to the mushroom house and knock on it. Tell the owner that the lady of the forest sent you here. Pumpkins again. Interact with the witch. She needs proof that you are magically gifted. We will prove her, with the futuristic gun from the other dream, and to get it we will need to cross the gap. Then go interact with the scout and help her build a cart. As a reward, she will give us her bow. The second and third wheels can be found by the dead knight on the catapult. The fourth wheel can be found used by Squirrel as a door. Exchange it with the whistle given by the mob. At the shack, we can find some planks. Back to the scout, give her all the items, and she will award us with her bow. In inventory, merge the bow with the yarn and stick. Head to chasm and use the bow. Now we need to exit Selma's dream and enter Willard's dream. From his dream, we will traverse the void and enter Selma's dream. After crossing the void, check the pumpkins for any progress that and head to the witch's hut and shrink in front of her, to prove that you are magically gifted. Then she will give us a recipe, which requires these items: an egg, burnt limestone, an acorn, water lily stamen and dirt from a fresh grave. The egg can be found on the roof of the witch hut. Burnt limestone is located in the pink house. We will need to shrink down and enter through a hole to get. Then take the stone from the kiln. The water lily stamen can be found on the river, and to get we will need to move the lily pads with the staff to create a path to the water lily when we will become small. Now we need some freshly graved dirt, and to get it we will bury the dead knight. We will need to convince him that he is dead, and take his skeleton to the graveyard, which is the right road. Then use a shovel to dig a pit in the ground. The shovel can be found at the dilapidated shack. In the pit, place the skeleton and cover it up with the dug-up soil and place on the grave the staff. Take some dirt for the recipe. Now we have another achievement to do, which only triggers after we finish Selma's dream. Grave robber, steal from the dead. As you saw, we need to take back the staff we just placed on the grave, and that is it. Now we need some yarn for the next item. Head back to Selma's house with the yarn to get some. The acorn is located in Rodent's tree. To get it we will need to shrink ourselves and enter it, and use the yarn on one of the acorns, then drag the yarn out of the dead tree. In normal size, pull the yarn to retrieve the acorn. Pumpkins again. Enter the hut and place all the ingredients in the cauldron. Now we will have potion, which can make us large. The secret glades find a secret blade. Drink potion to become big and walk to any place unreachable by roads, e.g. between Witch's Hut and Squirrel's Tree, then drink potion again to become normal. Pumpkins again. Now we need to get back to Willard's dream by crossing the void again. Then, in the left room from the main room, we will drink the potion and walk up the stairs to a new room, where we will find a window, which we will peep through to progress the story by looking at the body anatomy diagram. Check the pumpkins. In big size, pick up the ladder on the witch's hut and then place it on the pink house. In normal size, we will climb on the roof and fall through the hole in the roof, so to prove the vampire that he can be in danger. Then go check the final time with the pumpkins. First, we need to find out who or what is the thing in the bed is. Then go to the mob and tell them about the vampire. After that, go to the vampire to make a deal and save him. In big size, we need to pick a barrel next to Selma's house and scoop up some water from the river. And use the barrel with water on the fire to douse it. After saving the vampire, in big size, pick up the ladder and then head inside the pink house. In normal size, place the ladder on the bed, then climb in the vampire's mouth. Get in the stomach and wait for the organ transfer. Soon the grave robber achievement will trigger. Five down, kill Martin's and Selma's tentacles. For this achievement, we need to wait for the organ transplant, then use the potion to grow and destroy the body. You've always been the caretaker. Continue his work and Chapter 5 complete the 5th chapter. For these 2 achievements, we need to exit the dream and interact with the machine to finish the chapter. To leave the dream, we need to shrink ourselves, which will allow Mr. Willard to carry you to the exit of the dream. Then we go to the room with the machine to interact with it. Agree to become its caretaker, which will end the chapter and get the caretaker achievement. Through the looking glass, wake up again. This is a story achievement, and follow the actions along the video to complete it faster. Leave the hallway, and the doorbell rings. Answer the door and talk to the mystery visitor. After you're done talking, leave the flat and go down to Mr. Morden's office. Talk to Alicia, and you'll find yourself falling endlessly. Look down, and then look into the void. Repeat whatever Legion asks you to say, until you have the option to ask if Legion can help you. Use that option, and Legion will offer you a number of wishes. Ask for something to look at. Wait. For the mirror to get close to Victor, then pick it up. Examine the mirror, and talk to the reflection. Agree to swap places with the victor in the mirror, and then do as he says. After waking up and getting out of the bed will trigger the achievement. The ultimate promotion, get a new job. This is a story achievement. After waking up back in your flat, go to the kitchen. Talk to Alicia, and then, as before, pick up the empty box and take it to the living room. Place the box on the floor and sit down by it. After you're done with breakfast, enter the bathroom and examine the mirror. Talk to the other victor and exhaust all of his dialogue. Return to the kitchen and open the fridge, then enter the fridge. You'll enter a white void. Walk in random directions, not the same direction, until you see a blurry image to the north. Approach the vague figure to talk to him. That should trigger the achievement. Old friends. Meet an old friend. This is a secret achievement. Continue talking with God. Once you're looking at the telephone and the first prayer comes through, press the button above the blinking light. Answer the prayer in any way you like. Once God is gone, pick up the key. After that, pick up the prayers as they appear, until you get the option to ignore all prayers. Pick that option. Most of the prayers will disappear, leaving only one. Answer it. Leave the table with the telephone once you have the option to. Step left into the darkness and the lights should switch on. Participate in the rehearsal and explore the play area if you like. Once you're done, leave the stage via the steps at the bottom. Head towards the door and use the key to the kingdom of heaven on the door. Enter it. Step away from where you're standing, and you'll see a blinking light. Press the button. Once you start hearing the pings, repeatedly click on the blinking light until the blurry image fully comes into view. Talk to Victor's mother if you like, and then leave. Wait for the pings to flatline, and then press the green button. Open the closet door and leave the closet. Now ring the doorbell of Edie's flat to summon her, then enter it to meet her, which would trigger the achievement. Thy kingdom come, appoint a new king. This is a secret achievement. When you're done talking to Edie, return to the second floor hallway and try the elevator, and a strange boat will appear. Then use the stairwell door to take the tape off. Then, use the key to the kingdom of heaven on the door to unlock it. Open the door and enter. Go down the stairs. In this forest-like section, keep going forward, or to the sides, as the case may be. There's only one way to go forward, so you can't make a mistake. Eventually, you'll reach a fishing child. Talk to him. Once you're done talking, leave the scene and keep clicking on the leave button until Victor wakes up. Click on Victor to have him get up, and then leave by the stairwell to the right. You'll find yourself in the lobby. Go to the basement in the surveillance room to get the remote for future objectives and the map of the dreamscape. Go to the lobby and pick up the conspicuously placed coat hanger. Then, exit the building and get on the lifeboat. You'll find yourself back in Alicia's ship. Head on over to the bridge. If you call engineering and ask to go full steam ahead, you'll learn that the ship is out of fuel. Enter the coal room. Once you're done talking to the other victors, open the coal chute. You'll find that you can now pick up corpses. Pick up a corpse and put the corpse in the coal chute. Do this 2 more times and Victor will automatically do the rest. Once the coal room is cleaned up, go up the rope, back onto the bridge. Call engineering and order them to go full steam ahead. Now click on the steering wheel, and if you picked up the map, you'll see it displayed on the screen. Travel Mr. Willard's dream to retrieve the futuristic gun. Then back at the ship, shrink yourself to enter the 3 rat holes to meet the 3 rats and exhaust their dialogues until they mention their father. Then travel to Selma's dream to find the former Rat King. The former Rat King is located in the house with Jerome, vampire. There is a rat hole between kiln and bed. Enter it to meet it and get the so-called crown from it. Back at the ship, give the crown to one of the rats to get the achievement. Heart of Gold, return the locket. This is a secret achievement. In Martin's dream, in the main lobby, pick up the forked twig used in the previous chapter to connect 2 dreams. Use forked twig plus coat hanger with a lake in Selma's dream to get a locket. Give the heart-shaped locket to the strange girl in the same dream. Six easy pieces. Find all map pieces. This is a secret achievement. Collect and keep the 6 pieces of the map in your inventory to trigger the achievement. Travel to the center of the dreamscape. Follow the path to the right and you'll find a fork. Before it, there's a skeleton. Examine the skeleton and pick up the dirty scroll lying next to it. This is the first of several maps that you'll have to pick up while in the center of the dreamscape. Getting them won't be as straightforward as this one, though. Now, you can explore the center of the dreamscape, but the area is randomly connected, so there is no single path to get anywhere. You'll just have to walk in whichever direction you find. As you explore the center, you'll find that there are 4 other Victors of various ages. Each of them has a map of his own, but you'll have to get it out of him yourself. Interact with the baby Victor, so that our Victor can use this as a subject in future conversations. Old Victor. This is the one who is pretending to be a god and answering prayers. Examine his golden phone and read the number on it. Travel to the house and use the telephone in the surveillance room to call God. Next, use the option that says, "I'm your biggest fan." Repeat your own request, and then do what you like with Old Victor. Once he's gone, return to where he was lying, and pick up the map. Middle-aged Victor. This is the one who is drinking beer in a theater. Talk to him and exhaust his dialogue. Then, talk to him again and ask him, "What can you tell me about this map I found?" He'll give you a task to perform that's quite vague indeed. Middle-aged Victor wants to experience something new, but what he really wants is something new to drink and something new to watch. Give the remote to Middle-aged Victor, which we retrieved earlier. Why? To get him something new to drink. Return to the cruise ship and go down to the bar. Examine the liquor rack on the wall and you'll find an unknown bottle of liquor. Pick it up and give it to Middle-aged Victor. Pick up the evaluation plan next to the door, and you're done with Middle-aged Victor, for now. Back at the baby and ask him about the middle-aged version after interacting with the middle-aged Victor. Back at the middle-aged Victor, ask him about baby Victor, and why he had a falling out with baby Victor. Young Victor. Ask him about baby's missing map piece and he will tell you that he placed it next to the crib. Young Victor. This is the one who is sitting by the pond, not fishing. His greatest fear is catching the fish that changed his life forever. That's exactly what you're going to have to do. Return to the cruise ship and open the lid of the bench on the second deck balcony. Pick up both the rations and the fishing rod. Return to young Victor and use the crumbs with the fishing rod. Use the fishing rod with the pond, and wait for the bobber to drop, then reel in. Use the fish with Victor and disembowel the fish. That's another piece of the map. Contemporary Victor. You need one more map, but the Victor you need for this one is not present right away. To trigger his existence, you need to go to middle-aged Victor and ask him, why do you think somebody wished us into existence? Once that conversation is done, head out and keep exploring the center of the dreamscape until you reach a T intersection. It has two large green mushrooms. If you approach this intersection from the bottom side, you'll see another Victor just like you. Walk to the right. Follow him and talk to each of the Victors, asking them what they know about the Victor who looks just like you. For middle-aged Victor, make sure you ask him specifically, after your initial automatic conversation. Once you've asked each of the Victors about the Victor who looks just like you, return to the skeleton that's on the screen next to the lifeboat screen. You should find contemporary Victor standing over the skeleton here. Talk to him. After he leaves, follow him to the four-way intersection. Talk to him again. Exhaust his dialogue, and you'll learn that he wants something to eat if you're going to get his map. Go to the cruise ship and use the intercom to call the kitchen. Ask for something to eat, and the kitchen will reluctantly agree to send soup. Pick up the soup from the dumb waiter, and bring it back to contemporary Victor. Give it to him, and he'll give you his map. End of the line. Solve the maze puzzle. This is a story achievement. Once you have all 6 maps, go to Edie's dream. Enter the living room and examine the wall. Pick up the 2 photographs to get them out of the way, and start arranging the maps. Order is important here. You want to arrange the maps in such a way that you go backwards, in time, from the oldest victor to the youngest. Place the unfurled scroll in the bottom left, as this belongs to the oldest victor, who is dead. Next, place Old Victor's map in the top left. Place Middle-aged Victor's map in the top middle. Place Contemporary Victor's map, blank piece of paper, in the bottom middle. Place Young Victor's map in the bottom right. Finally, place Baby Victor's map in the top right. Return to the center of the dreamscape. Now, you need to walk along the path you have created for yourself. Upon disembarking from the lifeboat, follow the path up. At the dead Victor, follow the path up. At Old Victor's, follow the path right. At Middle-aged Victor's, follow the path down. At Contemporary Victor's, follow the path right. At Young Victor's, follow the path up. At Baby Victor's, follow the path up. This shall trigger the achievement. Retroactive Abortion, circumnavigate yourself. This is a choice story achievement. Before doing anything, save the game to do another achievement later without needing to replay the whole chapter. Examine the dark figures to the right, and you'll find Mom and Dad. To find out what's wrong with the baby, you're going to have to get right in there. Without going into the "Examine Mom and Dad" screen, use the forked twig with the bed railing. Become small and use the yarn to climb on up. Walk under the leg, and step into the birth canal. Enter the womb to the right to meet fetus Victor. Talk to him if you like. Once you're done, use the hanger on it. Select, pierce the head, and then, pierce the ear canal. That should trigger the achievement. Deliver unto me, circumnavigate yourself. This is a choice story achievement. Before examining the dark figures. In Selma's dream, Selma's house to pick up some yarn. Don't kill fetus Victor, tie yarn to him and pull him out like Acorn before. This should trigger the achievement. End Chapter 6. Complete the 6th chapter. Step into the passage and keep walking towards the light. It should trigger the achievement. I woke up and one of us was, complete the game. This is a story achievement. Once you're past the birth barrier, you'll be in Chapter 7 feet. There's only one direction to go in now, so keep following the path to the right. When you reach the child, talk to it. Once you're done with the dream machine once and for all, step onto the lifeboat. When you find yourself back to where it all started, pick up the fishing rod and use it with the forked branch. Time for Victor to get some well-earned rest. That will trigger the achievement. Move on out, purge the mover's dream. Hi, this video is about the mentioned achievement in the game, the Dream Machine. For this achievement, we will need the DLCs, which add chapters 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. In chapter 1, during the first talk with the mover, you must get his calling card. For that, choose, but it's blocking the entrance, or, I won't sign the receipt unless you deliver the sofa to our apartment. Then choose, how do I do that? And he will give you that card. Examine it to get his phone number. In Chapter 4, in Edie's dream, use the phone to call Dixon and Son. In Chapter 5, put Mover to sleep and use Helmet to enter his dream. Solve that little room to get achievement. When interacting with the mover, pretend that you are his father and allow you to pick up the bottle. And smash the bottle against the table, then use the sharp bottle on the tentacle to free him.